Hi, Carolyn, for Here's What Happened and Carolyn's House podcast. First of all, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. I enjoyed this film, and something that occurred to me with it is that it's kind of like a Cinderella story, but it's an unconventional one. So I want both you, Jamila and Sanaa, to talk about how your characters kind of fit into specific archetypes of the Cinderella story. With Bree, she is Cinderella. She's coming from, like the rough and tumble background, and she has to like go through her trials and tribulations. So she has her moment at the ball, and she gets, her shoe placed on her, but her shoe is not a physical shoe. It's like her finding her rhythm, and she's finding that's her purpose. Her purpose is to be a rapper. And for you, Sanaa, like for her mom is kind of like the fairy godmother, where she's like she's a mother, she's a support. But for you as a director, you're in this film, but you are as a supporting, you're as a guide for Bree as well. So I want you to talk a bit about playing the role of director, but then also fitting into that kind of like a background character within the film. Like you are not the central character, which I think is interesting especially for a feature film directorial debut, where you're like, I'm not going to be the main center of this film. I'm going to be just the support on screen and the support behind screen. So Jamila, we can start with you.
Oh yeah, so it was definitely an experience. I think that Bree had a lot to learn as well as I did, with this being my first set of this magnitude. So it was definitely an experience, and I feel that I'm grateful when it happened, because I felt like at the time I was equipped to handle whatever was being thrown at me. And I feel like the support on set was just amazing, especially from Sanaa as a director, because she just gave all of us young actors a space to really hone our craft. And she taught us everything that she knew. Years of experience was taught to us on set through her.
Everything.
Not everything. Through everything. We were at school. We were in school.
The non-school of acting and set. That's hilarious.
Yes. So it was definitely an amazing experience, a learning experience. And just, yeah, I'm excited. I'm really happy with the product of it. And I would say, like, as Bree grew, so did I. So it was great.
Yeah. So I love your analogy to Cinderella, because I do see this as a fairy tale, as a fable. We decided in post-production, after we finished shooting it, I decided I wanted the voiceover, because the voiceover was straight voiceover, to be in rhyme, because Bree, she's a poet. And one of the first things she says in this fairy tale, in the very beginning, when she's running towards the mirror, she says this, in this fairy tale, my father was a king, now I'm chasing his dream, the greatest rapper Garden Heights had ever seen. And so thank you for picking up on that. And first of all, I love the fact that it is a fairy tale, in that it is a little young Black girl with so many challenges, who triumphs over her circumstances. For me, I fell in love with Jay. I had no intention when I got the job to be in it, but I fell in love with her. Breaking down the script, she reminded me of so many of the women in my family. Obviously, I told you that a lot of people, grew up around a lot of addiction. I've seen that. I've seen all phases of that. I've seen people who have succumbed to it. I've seen people who have triumphed over it. I've seen the struggle once you have triumphed. And so I feel like what we do as storytellers can be healing, and not only to the audience, but it can be healing to the actual actors or people who make the stories. And that's just my philosophy. And so part of my decision to play Jay was as a healing method for myself. And I knew that there's so many people that would see, themselves or people that they knew in her. I knew that it would be a challenge doing both, and yet it made sense, just like you just pointed out. Wow, look at the beauty. Woo! Sorry, I just had to stop. Look at her. So it made sense that I would play, because I said, you know what? this is, you know, it's my directorial debut. I'm playing the mom, but I will be the mother figure on set. So there is a little bit of a through line. And I just, you know, I was like, okay, it's just different types of mothers. That's who I am in this role.
Great. Thank you so much, and congratulations on the film.
Thank you.